We're like 20 minutes in and the tractor is stuck. So the reason why we put a wood stove in is because we didn't want to pay for propane. Also, we have access to a lot of wood, so it just made sense to do that. And wood heat is renewable. There are always more trees to be planted. On the big So my father-in-law was not going to actually drive the tractor back into the woods because we were thinking the woods were fairly wet. But my husband said, "Hey Dad, I made a path for you with the tractor." So this is really the moment where everything goes completely wrong from here on out as he backs the tractor into these very damp woods. We're like 20 minutes in and the tractor is stuck. So that's the reality of not being prepared for wood and having to do it all the time through the winter. But we did just put our wood stoves in this year, so that's our excuse. We're going to be way more prepared for all the other years to come. Hopefully. Found this is pretty cool. Trying to pull the tractor out. Get the truck. We'll see what happens. Move forward. Pull the big white out. We're about to find out. Well, our truck is stuck. Rope's so taut to the tractor. Can't use the rope. Using the white truck. Try to pull out the blue truck. If we get all three stuck, that'd be sheer talent. Moment of truth. Is this truck gonna come out? Oh. One's out. So take a second away from the tractor fiasco to point out something, which I'm not sure if that's the case where you guys are, But here in rural farming community in West Michigan, majority of the properties are kind of blocked off with a tree line, which they call a fence row. So that this indicates, this tree line here, that is the property line, which doesn't mean that they don't own the next field next door. I don't know if they do or don't, but when I give you guys a tour of our farm, we've got a very noticeable tree line, which definitely helps to, you know, see where. This is a real process to get this tractor out. I, as someone not familiar with tractors, did not know what type of trouble we were in when this tractor got stuck. I assumed we were in, a little hot water, but it's been an extremely long and drawn out process to try and get this tractor out of these woods. Go! Go! Tractor is moving. Go! Go! Alright, I've changed the angle of the rope. And I think this is the final pull. Go! Big White is moving on out. Now we got a stump that's blocking the tractor tire. So we're sacrificing the chainsaw blade here to try and pull it out. When my father-in-law was driving this tractor in here, he said, "Okay, we might not see the Big White again." And so looks like that was quite a bit of accurate foreshadowing of the events that have unfolded today. I have lost track of the count of the number of attempts that have been made. You know, there's something about being raised on a farm where you learn the value of hard labor and hard work and of not quitting because you don't have a choice, because on the farm the things that have to be done just have to be done. So that's really the thing with, homesteading and farming and all that, is whether you're cold or tired or frustrated, things just have to be done. This tractor can't just be left out in the woods. It's a very expensive, and vital piece of equipment for my in-laws, but also for our farm, and the Big White's got to come out of the wood. Now the truck is stuck again, trying to pull the tractor out, so I'm gonna use the white truck again to get the blue girl unstuck, and the tractor is still stuck. We'll see if this girl can get pulled out now. Second time the blue truck's been stuck trying to get the tractor out, and oh, there she goes. Yeah, a little carried away, hammered down. Attempt number, who knows? I admire my father-in-law so much because he's the hardest worker I've ever met, and he doesn't quit, and he will just work and work and work, and there's something that's so admirable about that. And when I met my husband, I couldn't believe how hard of a worker he was. When we started dating and worked all the long hours he did being in the military, and when we discussed having kids, and you know, the lifestyle we wanted them to have. It was really important to me that our children grow up learning the same value of hard work that my husband learned being on a farm. And my mom grew up on a horse farm, but I grew up in the suburbs in Florida and was never taught hard work. And that's something I really had to learn for myself. Trying a new approach. Try to pull from the front. Yet another attempt. Another attempt. Looking promising. I think we're out now. Victory! Victory. Hallelujah. Big white will live to see another day. Finally getting to do a little work and cut some wood instead of just standing. You cannot make this stuff up, people. Stuck again with the tractor. The load of wood that we just loaded in the bucket dumped again. My hard-working husband was cutting. At the end of the day hauling wood, this is where the wood's going. In the back of the truck. That has been buried to the frame twice. This has been a real eye-opening experience for me, having only hauled wood a couple of times. I mean, I know it's hard work. It is hard work, but it's just, it's very important for this upcoming year that we actually take the time and stockpile in the fall, because this has been, it's been rough. It's a lot more work when you're having to cut wood constantly because you don't have enough to burn through the winter. So we're learning. Almost 2 o'clock. Dirty, sweaty. Well, we got a little bit of wood. And that's what we came out here for. Well, how was the day overall, Big T?
Oh, great day.
I just fell in the mud.
The day was, it couldn't have been any better.
How would you say the day went, honey? This mama is ready to get back to her little one. Change, shower, and real dirty here. But success. Well, it isn't much, but this is the wood we brought home today. Thanks for hanging out with us.